Welcome to today's Crosspoint Devotion. I hope these devotions are giving you some food for thought. I hope they're also giving you some encouragement as you walk with Jesus each day. Well, today I want to talk about your prayer life. I hope it's growing. I hope it's flourishing. But if it's not, then maybe today's devotion can be an encouragement to you to think a little more about how you can be praying, not just for yourself, although that's important, but maybe praying for others. I've been reading through the book of Exodus, and I've run across an interesting section where God is giving Moses the directions for how he's going to design the tabernacle. But in addition to that, he's also giving Moses directions on how he's going to design the priestly garments that the priest will wear when they come in to represent God's people before God as they're serving in the tabernacle. One of the interesting features that priestly clothing had is there were going to be two flaps across the shoulders, one on each side, and each of those flaps would have 6 of the 12 tribes of Israel listed on it. They were going to be unique. They were going to be almost like gemstones that were going to go across the top of the shoulders of the priest. They would go into the tabernacle to spend time with God on behalf of the people. But what they were literally doing is they were bringing those names of the tribes of Israel and the people that those tribes represented, they were bringing those before God. It was a constant reminder to the priest and to God that that priest was there to bring those people before God. And so he literally had their names across each shoulder. Now let me read that for you. We're going to pick up in Exodus chapter 28, and I'm going to read beginning in verse 9. And just listen to how it's phrased as God and Moses were having this discussion about the garments of the priest. Take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of Israel's sons. Now there were 12 sons, there were 12 tribes. And so those 12 tribes were going to be engraved on these onyx stones that were going to be across the shoulders of the priest. And then it goes 6 of their names on the first stone and the remaining 6 names on the second stone in the order of their birth. Engrave the 2 stones with the names of Israel's sons as a gem cutter engraves a seal. Mount them, surround them with gold filigree settings. Fasten both stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as memorial stones for the Israelites. Aaron will carry their names on his 2 shoulders before the Lord as a reminder. Fashion gold filigree settings and 2 chains of pure gold. You will make them of braided cord work and attach the cord chains to the settings. The priests, when they would go in on behalf of the people, they would keep the people right on their shoulders, right in the place where God could see those names, but also the priest could be praying for them. And he was representing them before God. As you think about your prayer life, let me encourage you to maybe make a list of names of people that you need to be praying for every day as you come before God. I know you want to bring your prayer requests to God, and there's nothing wrong with that. You've got things going on in your life that you want to bring before God, but don't forget to pray for others. For example, you might want to pray for your children. You might want to pray for your grandchildren. You may want to pray for your best friend. You may want to pray for your neighbors on each side of your house. You may want to pray for your pastor. I can promise you he will appreciate the fact that you're remembering him and praying for him as he tries to shepherd the flock that's called your church. Make a list of some people and pray for them just like the priest. He was always reminded as he looked to his left or as he looked to his right, he could always see the names of the tribes of Israel because he was to be praying and bringing them before the very throne of God. And I hope that'll strengthen and encourage your prayer life. Well, we hope this devotion has encouraged you today. Come back and join us for the next Crosspoint Devotion.